Here I'm live, but I'm not seeing anybody. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me, but I'm not yet seeing anybody appearing. So let me try to get that fixed. I know that there are many of you who are always on time. I wonder what is happening today. I am live, I see that, but I am not seeing my usual friends appearing. So I'm not sure if I am alone. I know this is most unusual. Let me see what is happening. I'm just not seeing anybody, so I'll have to proceed without the comments. Oh, Percival, Sandra, yes. All right, okay, good. All right, so I'm told that my friends are there, but I'm just not seeing you. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. This is our regular feature of Connection Boss Live. And today, yes, we start our usual time, 6 in the eye. And we are reflecting on the week. We're reflecting on the week ahead. So the week just finishing tomorrow, the end of it, and then next week. And before you know it, we are talking about Christmas. So welcome one and all. Glad to have you. As I teased earlier, we're going to have a special guest later on the program. And I just wanted to let you know that I wanted to talk a little bit about our tone of public discourse, the issues that we have for many years as people involved in public life, especially in the political arena, where the tone has tended to be so negative, so boisterous, so aggressive. Um, so I wanted to share some views with you on that. But I have a guest and I don't want to keep him waiting. I will start by reminding people, especially those who are involved in wrongdoing, that there is a gun amnesty, and the government, in its wisdom, has determined that this period is a period during which persons who are in possession of a legal firearm and um, want to assist the public, the police, in dispensing with a legal firearm, to go and either through clergy, through your lawyer, to hand it in. And I beg of you, as many of you as possible, all of you actually, who are in possession of illegal firearm, you go and turn them in. I want to say especially to that person who earlier this year broke into and stole my own personal firearm, to hand it in to the police. It is criminal, and you will get your just comeuppance if you don't do that. All right, so I'm going to wait a little bit to talk about the main subject. but I wanted to have our special guest, and I'm going to ask my facilitator to bring him into the studio and on screen so that we can have a chat with him. Yes, so my special guest is Deputy Mayor, Deputy Mayor of Morant Bay, and indeed really the parish of St. Thomas, Councillor and comrade Hubert Williams, my brother and friend. Deputy Mayor, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Comrade Paulwell.
Yes, you are the councillor for a place that I know very well because as a child I used to visit that place called White Horses. And you are one that I know the people out there love and respect. So I'm sure everybody is celebrating with you this occasion. Tell me about the transition, how you became deputy mayor at this point in time in the life of the council.
Thank you very much. Good evening, comrades, and good evening, listeners overall.
Yeah, we have some labor rights on the program as well.
Yes, and yeah, it's a good. That's why I say good evening, listeners as well.
Yes.
What have happened is that one of our councillor colleague, Councillor Ral of the Trinity Division, he was also deputy mayor, passed away a few weeks ago. So that leave a clear vacancy for the position of deputy mayor.
Right.
But not only that, remember now, St. Thomas Council was a tight council, meaning 5-5. So one of the GLP councillor passed away, and that bring it to 4-5. So it leaves the PNP with a clear majority. And as we know, in the Westminster system, the majority rule. So yes, I take up the vacant position, which was the deputy mayor position, and come the 21st of this month.
Well, don't reach there yet. Don't reach there yet.
Don't reach there yet. Okay.
We want to tease a little bit.
No problem.
Just to remind everybody that when we had the last parish council, the parish has 10 divisions. The PMP got 5 and the JLP got 5. But the reason why the JLP held the position as chairman of the council and mayor was because they had more people voting for the JLP than for the PNP. And Hubert, that is an important lesson.
Yeah, very much important.
God forbid at the next council, at the next local government elections, there is a tie. We have to make sure that more PNP voters go out to vote than the JLP. So I think that is a very important message that we send at the beginning to ensure that even if, God forbid, there's a tie, the PNP will control the council. That's correct, right?
Yes, comrade. Yes, because the law is whenever there's a tie, they go to the popular vote.
Right. And
yes.
Just so that people understand my position, because I do have a conflict of interest in so many ways. The fact that I was actually born at the Princess Margaret Hospital in St. Thomas, but also I was appointed by the party to be the parish manager for the upcoming local government elections. So you have me, the people of St. Thomas and the councillors, the candidates, know that I am here and I'm here to make sure that we win. All right, so that background having been set, you did mention that the former deputy mayor passed, and I was so pleased when you got up to speak last week because you spoke about the gentleman. You want to say something about him? I mean, the former deputy mayor.
Well, the former deputy mayor, I must say that he was a decent man because one of the problem that we had with him as PNP was that a lot of PNP actually vote for the man. So because of that war, we used to have a serious problem with that in the Trinity division. So, and for the opposing party, members to actually vote for you, you have to represent something good. You have to be a special human being. So I would say he was a decent human being. I would even go as far as saying he was a special human being
Yeah.
because as a representative myself, I have a lot of respect for people who actually get their job done, and he was one of those in so
Uh,
many ways.
And what you're saying is going back to my theme for this evening, our tone, because you're saying that the gentleman is a laborite, and we have been brought up to see laborites as enemies. But you're saying that this gentleman was a decent gentleman, a decent Jamaican laborite.
Yes,
And that's why there is this level of respect for him. So even across the political aisle, there can be respect, especially where it is earned and given to somebody like Deputy Mayor, former Deputy Mayor, Councillor Rawl.
yes.
When is the funeral?
The funeral will be on the 27th of this month.
Right. Okay, and just to let everybody know, um, we did observe, especially after the death, that period of giving respect, of extending condolences, and all of that. So there is no mad rush to appear to be indecent. And I really, again, want to commend all the PNP councillors for taking that approach. But the reality is a reality, and as you mentioned, we are in the Westminster system, and there is a majority for the PNP now because there can't be a by-election before the next general local government elections. Right, Comrade Hubert? All right, I think we're into a little bit of bad spot there. But yes, there can't be a
Once
by-election.
it's 12 months to the due date of the election, there can't be no by-election.
Right. So the St. Thomas Parish Council will have to remain with only 9 councillors until the next local government elections, right?
Yes. Could you repeat that? I was distracted for a second.
Yes, I know you're a very busy man these days, especially now that you have assumed greater responsibility apart from white horses. Right. I was just concurring with you that there can be no replacement of a councillor at this stage so close to the local government elections, correct?
Correct, correct.
All right, so tell me now, you were elected deputy mayor. The PNP is in control of 5 of the seats. Where do we go from here?
Where we go? And the 20, the mayor have already tendered his resignation,
The
which will
JLP,
take effect
yeah,
on the 21st
yes,
of November this month.
yes,
So on the 22nd of November, I will be the mayor of Marine.
right. So the parish council will meet, and um,
Yes.
as was the
So
case, yes, go on.
so we're gonna have a special meeting on the 22nd for the robing of the mayor. Like, just an inauguration for a prime minister or president. Normally we call it a robing for the mayor. So it's a swearing-in ceremony, pretty much.
And by that time, I can stop calling you deputy mayor and address you properly then.
Yes, my rightful title.
Well, there's what people say about you, Councillor Hubert, and many of us call you Willie, is that
Yes.
you are one of the hardest working councillor and comrade, not only in the parish, but probably throughout Jamaica. All right. I know you freeze up a little bit, but people say that you are one of the hardest working comrade and counselor. And that's why
Yes.
they respect you so much. And that's why you were, in fact, the lead PNP counselor in the council. tell me now, how come you've earned that reputation?
Well, you see, I've grown up in a family who really believe in service. Like my father was a pastor, uncle, pastor, cadet leader. It's always been service, service, service. So
Yeah.
I was growing up in a family that really believe in serving the community. So when I become a counselor at the time, I was coming straight out of the American system, and I understand, from there what representation is truly about. Meaning, you know, a lot of counselors here, they just take things for granted. They miss the civic ceremonies. They miss too many things. They're not in touch with the people and stuff like that. I never want to be that type of counselor. And most importantly, I'm a lover of people. Anybody know me, they know that, if I go to a social gathering, and if the people are not happy, I'm not happy. I get my energy off the people, So it was actually a natural thing for me, just to represent people and socialize with people and even lobby on their behalf. I just have a passion for people. If talking now about people, I get emotional. So I'm just always about representing the people, and also I'm a true socialist. I must say that. So I just believe in helping the people that need the help, the voiceless. I want to be that voice for the voiceless. I'm just that type of person. I live for it. I will die for it.
I remember you very well recently when we had the by-election in East Portland, and you and I worked in the same division, and I saw your people skills and your hard work. You remember that by-election?
I remember that by election clearly, man, and that's how we get even closer. Because if I have a job to do, I'm gonna get it done. And it was, I think, that by election, it was equal admiration. I really love your work ethics and the passion that you have for people. And I make a comment at the time. I believe you are one of the last standing socialists amongst us, because just how you down to earth and how you get along with the common man, and how you don't, you know uptight. You really a people's person, and I think we find that in each of us, and from
Uh,
that,
well, today is about Hubert Williams. I want to focus on you because I tell you that campaign taught me a lot about dedication, about commitment, about sacrifice, and we did perform well. In fact, I think we outperformed our targets. You remember that?
yes, we did, and I think for East Portland, our cluster,
Okay, we're having a slight interruption again. Waiting for Deputy Mayor Hubert Williams to return. One day we're gonna fix this internet problem in Jamaica because we left it in pretty good shape in 2016. The entire island by now should have got. Are you here?
hello,
You can
hello,
yes, you can continue.
hello.
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. So yes, so that election, and it have taught me a lot as well, because that election let my view on politics, change in how we conduct elections and stuff like that as a party. The whole process, and it let me, came back to St. Thomas with a new passion, because I think it was an election that should have been, won by the PNP at the time. We share that view. I believe that if the team was committed and everybody, was doing, their little part, we could have been successful. But what I did from there, I came back, and I ensured that my organization was second to none, because both of us recognize that in a lot of the clusters the organization wasn't what it should have been.
Yeah,
So I came back to St. Thomas and strengthened my organization, and
yeah.
we were able to really, get a lot done. And if you look in St. Thomas now, which I'm the chairman of Western St. Thomas, we have a very organized constituency, a recognized constituency. And also we are able to build relationship with a lot of resource personnel that when election come, we can tap into all of that.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm glad you took me back to St. Thomas. Um, I wanted to say something though about the current mayor because as I started the program by speaking about our tone and our relationship and why we really ought not to see the other people as enemies. Tell me what is your thoughts on the mayor, especially how he has conducted the council in this period.
Well, the mayor is a decent man. I want to go back to even when I'm not gonna spill all the details, but even when we met at our HQ, people look at me and say, other comrades look at me and say, how can we trust a labor right? And for me, it wasn't about trusting a labor right. It was about knowing a person, knowing the relationship with a person, and taking his word for it. Um, he have handled the process well. He have cooperated well, and he's really facilitating a very smooth transition.
Yes, yes, yes. And as you know, I did speak with him as well, and I commended him because I saw a level of decorum and maturity at the council meeting. I did attend, as you know, I was there, and I just believe that is how we need to conduct ourselves, so that the Jamaican people can start to believe in us once more, and we can get better support across the political divide. So I was very pleased about that. So soon to be mayor. I think you're frozen again. Are you? Oh gosh. Yes. Good, good, good. Soon to be mayor. Talk to me now about what are your immediate plans. Um, you're frozen again, it seems. But you know that for me, it is always so difficult to travel to St. Thomas with the current state of the road. Probably you're not hearing me now, so let me just pause a little bit until you get back. Ah, well, I think we have lost him for the time being, but I'm sure he'll be back. I wanted to talk to him about St. Thomas, and in particular, the terrible, the almost devastating, not almost, it's, you're back
I
to me.
lost it for a minute there, man. The internet here is fluctuating.
Yes, but I know you have worse problems than the internet in St. Thomas. So tell me, what are your thoughts about what you have to do, and what are the most urgent things you have to deal with?
All right. The most urgent thing for now is to clean up the township of Maranby. The town is in a bad state in terms of garbage is everywhere. The town is really nasty right now. So you know that's my first order of business. Secondly, I have to lobby to the powers that be that we can something got to be done about the roads for the Christmas season. We having a serious problem with the roads from Kingston to Maran Bay. Something must be done, especially like from Yalas, I should say, to Maran Bay. It's in a terrible condition. Um, it's just so difficult. It's taking an average about an hour and a half from Yalas to go to Maran Bay. It's really bad. So we have to do something about that. I know based on the platform that I have to really use that platform to speak about this condition so that it can better, so that quality of life can improve somewhat. You know, we just finished. We just went through the pandemic, and the spirit of the people is so much down. And because of the roads, a lot of St. Thomas people will not be residents, rather will not be able to travel to Kingston. for the fireworks to see all that thing in Kingston. So I want to bring fireworks to the parish of St. Thomas, to the town of Morant Bay for the first time for
Oh,
this Christmas, so that our people, can have a little fun, a little excitement for the Christmas season.
well, I can attest to the terrible situation with the road. Normally, from Harborview to Morant would take me on 1 hour, not breaking the speed limit, but yes, driving fast. Today, well, when I went there yesterday, it took me 3 hours. So that is really the state of play there. Um, I want to ask you a little bit about your business, because I know that you're a businessman. I'm not gonna to press you on the fireworks as yet, but talk to me a little bit about your career as a businessman.
Okay. Well, as a businessman, I do exporting, um, primarily of agricultural produce, such as yam, peppers, breadfruit, you name it. I'm also the leading manufacturer of bami in Jamaica at the moment. Nobody do more bami than
Yeah.
me in Jamaica. So I export a lot of bami. Not only that, I export a lot. I have the best bami in the world. Comrade Paulwell, you know that. you know.
Yes.
So yes, so bami is it's my thing. I do a lot of other processing of agricultural produce, but it's good because I'll be able to hire about like maybe about 85 people, and I get a lot of respect from that. In Center must providing 85 jobs.
Very good, very good. And how are things with crime in St. Thomas now? I know last year was not a good year. How are things this year?
Well, it's not good, but in terms of relativity,
Yeah. Okay, we're seeing another call. All right, you're back. We didn't hear that
yes, yes. So if you take in consideration the rating of the parishes, then we don't look that bad. But if you look, in the seafood belt, in the Landway belt, like the Bull Bay belt, in even the Springfield area, it's just too much killing going on in those areas. But again, if you because the national rate is so high, a lot of time it become acceptable. But really, we should not be having so much killing, so much murder in our parish.
Yeah, I had mentioned at the beginning of the program about the gun amnesty and made an appeal for people to bring in the guns. Um, all right, you're frozen again. Yes, I had made an appeal at the beginning of the program for people to bring in the guns. And even for myself, somebody broke and stole my gun this year. I made a special appeal for that person to return the weapon. Do you think that we're going to get good support for this gun amnesty? Oh, yes, are you hearing me? No?
I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you. You freeze for a minute.
Right, right. What is your view on the gun amnesty?
Well, it gives people with illegal gun an opportunity to turn it in without any serious penalty. So I believe it's a good opportunity because and I really would say to them, seize this opportunity because I don't think we can have mercies because they would have gotten a fair chance of turning in those guns.
Right, right, right. So, are you inviting the comrades to come on the 22nd? Oh no.
I'm
Say
back
that.
on the 22nd. I
Yeah.
want comrades from all walks of life to be in the town of Morant Bay to witness the swearing in of yours truly, This is very important because, we should have received the deputy mayor on the onset of the election, but it was stolen at that time. So now we have an opportunity and a moment to really,
Save up.
be joyful about. Because, sometimes, maybe if the swearing was going on at the time when you have all the other swearing, we would get the attention. But now it will be the holy swearing ceremony on that day. So
Yeah.
all comrades, please come to St. Thomas on that day.
Well, let's hope that they start early because they will take quite a long time to get to Morantby.
Yes, yeah. Please come early. Yes, yes, please start early.
Well, Hubert, I want to congratulate you personally because I know your passion, I know your commitment. I know the people of White Horses love you, and I can't wait for that day to come. I know that you have mentioned about fireworks. People going to believe in Kingston to come tomorrow day to see the fireworks. So thanks again and congratulations. Is there anything else you want to say to your people who are watching?
Well, I just want to say thanks to, each and everyone who have comrades or otherwise who have, given me their support over the years, and who have believed in me and know that, I have the capacity and the competence to lead, and know that I'm a lover of people. I just want to, give him a big shout out this evening. And Comrade Paulwell, you have always supported me and give me your strength. And I just want to say, just today I was saying, a lot of parish managers would want us every time to come to Kingston. Even though the roads are so bad, each time we're going to have a meeting, you drive all the way from Kingston to come here. That show a level of commitment, which we appreciate so much. So we love it and we love you, and continue to do the good work. And comrades, remember the 22nd. Please come to St. Thomas. Okay.
Well, big up to you, Deputy Mayor. Uh, Breaking again. Yes, Deputy Mayor. Yes, big up to
Yes.
you. And we are looking forward to calling you, Your Worship, the Mayor from Morantby.
Thank
That's
you very
all.
much.
Your Worship, the Mayor from Morantby, very soon.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you for having me, Comrade Paul.
All the best to you. All right, so that was Councillor Hubert Williams. Today has been a long day. Today was the annual National Day of Remembrance for persons who died in the two world wars of the 20th century. We had a big parade and a wreath laying ceremony today at the National Heroes Park. I represented the leader of the opposition, and there was a huge turnout of, well, the Governor General was there, the Prime Minister was represented, the courts, the Chief Justice was represented, and quite a lot of members of the diplomatic community, including the US Ambassador, the Canadian Ambassador, the representative from Germany, Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago. They were quite, it's the first function I've been to that I've seen such a large turnout of the diplomatic corps. The dean of the diplomatic community was there. You name it. We had a very large turnout. And of course, the officer corps, the uniform corps, the police, soldier, cadet, and of course, those persons who fought in either of those wars, they were also there on parade. So it was quite a function. It was quite hot as well, but it was really quite a solemn occasion and quite befitting as we pay tribute to those who participated in those wars. I'm not going to go into the discussion I planned today because I wanted to spend some time about it. So we'll save that for next week when we meet. And I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to follow all the comments or to follow any of the comments. I do, after every live, go back and read them and make my own responses. So I'm going to read everything before the night is out. Thanks again. This week on my special program, my diet, I have lost 9 pounds. I started on Sunday, and this morning when I weighed, I am 9 pounds less. I will share with you next week the secrets. This time it wasn't fasting because I was able to eat while doing the special program that enabled me to lose weight. And it can be done. It's not easy, especially for the first 3 or 4 days, but it gets better as time progresses. One love. Take care and have a great weekend. Bye bye.